I've spent $17,211 on Whiteout Survival in 118 days, and I'm gonna spend a bunch more tonight because there is too much going on. I topped off the account because they got that 5% bonus going on. So we've got like Mia's Fortune Hunt, we got the Easter events, we've got, you know, some of the special deals sections, and I need to do a bunch because I'm trying to hoard for the next state versus state, and you know, I just couldn't help myself. There's just too much going on, and it's just gonna be one of those high spend days. So the good news out of this, I'm actually got too much to do tonight, so I'm not going to do the prestige spinner tonight, but this is going to put a whole bunch of VIP points in the bank. So probably by tomorrow, or maybe when the Easter event is over, when I have some extra time, we're going to have a good time with the prestige spinner because I'm going to be banking up quite a bit of VIP points through this. So let's get started. I think I'm going to go to the events section first because I want to explain what I've been doing. If we look at the rank here in the state, by alliance power, I'm visiting the top 5 alliances. So I started with the top 5, the LAT, and now actually looks like TXC probably went above war because I joined, but I'm going to go visit TXC next. That's where I am right now. And there's a little bit of a trick that I had to do here. What I had to do, I wanted to be able to help them with Foundry. So I had to join before the Foundry deadline. So you can see I'm in the Foundry lineup now. But I had to leave LAT, but LAT still has Alliance Showdown going on. So hopefully I'm not losing you yet. I was with LAT doing this rotation, visiting the top 5. Well, I'm in the top 1 alliance, so I'm visiting the other 4 of the top 5. So I joined LAT and I had some fun like meeting them and trying to help them with events and stuff like this. And one of the things I got signed up for was Alliance Showdown because that's where I was when I joined LAT. So then I popped over to TXC to be able to be on their registry for Foundry. But now what that allows me to do is I'm locked in. I believe what I've been told, and we're going to test this out tonight. We're going to see if it works. I'm locked into Foundry now with TXC. And if we come over to the Alliance Showdown, you'll see I have a warning here. You see this warning right in the middle? You weren't in this alliance during the matchmaking of Alliance Showdown, so you are unable to gain points for this alliance and fight for ranking rewards. You will be able to participate if you return to LAT, the alliance you were in when the event started. So now this gives me this kind of duality. Now, I'm whitelisted by both of them, so I can pop over to LAT and do some of the stuff that's for Alliance Showdown, and then I can come back to TXC and get all that stuff down. So let's try this out right now, because what we need to do for Alliance Showdown is we got the trucks, we've got Chief Gear, but I really don't want to do anything that would be used for state versus state unless I know for a fact that I can replace it. Now, there is a Chief Gear deal going on tonight, and I am hoarding for that, but I really don't think I need to press that power right now. I just want to be able to hoard that power. So the other thing I can do is troop speed ups and construction speed ups. So that and gems. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop over there. I'm going to do my trucks and see. I basically just need to get these 188,000 points roughly for this phase and see if I can put some more points on the board in some other ways, but there's really not a lot for me to do to put points on the board tonight. The only thing I could do is the speed ups and gems and the trucks. So let me at least pop over there and then we'll take care of that. So here's how we got to do that. I've got to leave this alliance. All right. And then because I'm on the white list, I can go over here. I can join them. I'm not going to teleport, but what I'm going to do is do my trucks, and now see, I don't see the warning there. So for Alliance Showdown, I can do the trucks here. So I'm going to go ahead and send these out because I haven't had anybody being able to take one of my trucks yet. And any of this gem spending is useful. So that looks good. It's an SSR truck. Off you go. Then I'll do the same here. Just get an SSR truck. And off you go. See if it'll let me offer assistance to them, even though I'm gonna leave right after this, but hopefully that'll allow them to use my trucks for my squad for assistance. And now we'll take a look if I can hit anything yet. Hopefully I can, because I don't want to be here all night. All right. I'm just going to do it just so I can reduce their points and put some points on the board. I don't care what it is. All right. See See if I can find another one to hit. There we go. I'm not being picky because I'm trying to do this for kind of efficiently. Well, quickly, I should say. All right. Here's the only points I got. So now let's finish this off. So that's all I can do for trucks, man. Oh man, I might have to do one chief gear thing just to get some points on the board because I don't really want to be spamming troops too much. And I don't want to be spending a whole bunch of gems because there's a gem spending day. And I am going to be, like, here's the thing, whale strategy, right? Like, I'm going to be spending a substantial amount on chief gear tonight to make sure that I'm stocked up for state versus state prep. So maybe I could just put a little something on the board for this event. Do a gear enhancement. Just do one. And that was enough to get me points for this event. So I just got me 1 star. And let's see where that puts me for the event. All right, that unlocked everything. And where did that put me? Yeah, not too much on points like that. I'm not trying to, you know, blow my backpack here. I'm just trying to help this alliance put some points on the board and clear my basic requirements for the basic rewards. That's my goal. But the only reason I feel comfortable doing that tonight is I'm about to spend a bunch of money, and I'll show you, I'll explain. So that's all I have to do here. I just wanted to help them out by putting those points on the board. And now let's go make sure that I still have the foundry for the castle. So come back to the castle. All right, we're back in here now. And now if I come into their event section here, go to foundry battle. Am I still there? Yes, I am. So that trick worked. For those of you who are, I was a little nervous about this. Was it actually going to work? I talked to some veteran players who do this for, you know, I guess Frost Dragon and other events. You do this type of thing. So I just wanted to make sure I was doing it right. Looks like I did do it right. So I'm locked in there. So that's what I'll do. I'll pop over to them for the Alliance Showdown stuff, and I'll pop back here for all the other stuff. Now, the thing is, I'm trying to distribute my generosity here. You know, the spending I do gives Alliance chests and stuff like that. So this Alliance is going to get a bunch of those chests now. I did that all week with the other Alliance, and now I'm going to do it with this Alliance. So the next event I want to talk about is Armament Competition. And this is something I took a little time to study a little bit here. Here's the thing. If we look at what Armament Competition has, it's got Fire Crystals, which I don't want to use. It's got the Chief Gear score, which I guess actually I put some points on the board because this one doesn't matter which alliance you're in. So I kind of double dipped on the Chief Gear score. That turned out to be so bad. I didn't plan on that one. What I was really planning on is this Essence Stones. What I want to show is the Essence Stone hack that I did off camera once before. I'm going to do it on camera this time, and I'm going to see if I can do it tomorrow as well. And that may end up getting me in trouble, but I'm going to try it. I hope it doesn't end up getting me in trouble. But as I understand it, there's a little bit of I don't know, I want to call it a debate in the community. Some people in my comments said that you can trigger the Hero Gear Mastery every 24 hours. Some people said it's every 48 hours. A lot of things in the game don't actually go by 24 or 48 hours. They go by server resets. So I looked at the last time I did Hero Gear Mastery was on 2026-0301. This is server time, 2233 and 48 seconds. So I'm well over the 2-day boundary right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy it today to show you that we can trigger the pop-up pack again. And well, I'm going to use the Essence Stones for this event. So I can use Essence Stones and get credit for this event. Trigger the pop-up pack, buy the pop-up pack, so that will replace. So this is why I don't feel guilty about it. I'm going to use 100 stones to get an offer with 240. I'm going to buy that offer and have a net gain of 140 stones. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this again tomorrow after the server reset and see if I can trigger it again after the reset. If I can, then it looks like that Hero Gear Mastery is every 24 hours. We'll see tomorrow. If I can't, then I'm still all set for the Easter event, because what I want to show you here is the Easter event has a opportunity to use Essence Stones as well, but it's 2 days away. It's here. It's, you know, essentially 2 days away. So if I can't trigger it tomorrow, and it can do every 24 hours, it's not a problem. If I don't trigger it tomorrow, then the worst thing that happens is I use some Essence Stones that I will feel a little guilty about, but not so much because I'm spending a lot lately. So, but I will feel a little guilty because I do want to be saving as much as possible for state versus state. However, I'm a content creator and this is an experiment that somebody asked me to do. And so I'm going to do that experiment and we're going to learn together. And hopefully I will be able to trigger it. But if I don't trigger it, then I know that by the time we do the 2 resets again, I should be able to trigger it for the following day. So one way or another, I believe I'm setting it up so that I will be able to trigger another pop-up pack when it comes time to use Essence Stones on that day. So that's the plan. So let's come back to the armament competition to get our basic points and do a little ranking here based on using Essence Stones to trigger this pop-up pack. So let's see how this works. Now, here's the thing. There is something I want to tell you. I believe because I needed some points to clear some basic rewards, I spent a little bit of Essence Stones on one of these. It was one of these to get them from like level 3 to level 4. So I think I've already spent, it might have been 40 Essence Stones to get there. So I really only need to spend 60. So I am trying to look and see if I can do this as efficiently as possible, but it doesn't look like I'm going to. These would require like 110 plus gear. It looks like I'm going to have to do one of these other ones. So I'll do one of these guys. Whoops. We'll do 50 here. And now let's see, did I trigger the pop-up pack? I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't trigger the pop-up pack, but I think I'm only like 10 short, but I'm going to have to do another one here. All right. And there we go. So now I've triggered the pop-up pack. I've spent at least 100 Essence Stones and triggered the pop-up pack. Now I spent 100 and I get 240 back. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that. And now I'll keep track. I'll look in my log later today just to make sure I write down the time, but I'll mark today as the next day I bought the Hero Gear Mastery pop-up pack, and then we'll see if I can do it tomorrow. I don't think I need to wait a full 24 hours. I think it's actually most of the things in the game go by reset. So I probably only need to experience 1 server reset if it's a 24 hours. If it requires 2 server resets, it's probably not 48 hours. It's probably just 2 server resets. So if it doesn't work for me tomorrow, then and maybe I will just wait for the 20. I don't know. I think I'm not going to wait for the 24 hours because I'm kind of curious. We'll see when the recording ends up. I'm not going to purposely look for it, but that's what I'm going to try to do. And we'll see if we can trigger it at the 24-hour mark or not. So now let's see how many points I put up on the board. All right, not as much as I had worried because I don't want to be trying to rank for this. Oh, I did get some points on there, but I'm not trying to rank for this. I was just trying to use it as an opportunity to put some points on the board and test this theory with the Essence Stones. Essentially, if you're looking to spend money in this game and you're looking for a decent deal on Essence Stones, you know, that's actually a way that you can trigger the Essence Stones repeatedly. Like every time you use 100, and if you're willing to spend the $100, you use 100 Essence Stones, trigger the pop-up pack, and you can buy more. You know, and you can do that as many times as the resets will allow you to do. So is there anything else here? Yeah, there's nothing else here that I really want to do. Everything else I want to save for State vs. State Prep. My whole goal there was basically to unlock the basic rewards and do this Essence Stone thing. All right, checking my cheat sheet here because I have way too much content to cover tonight. Oh, Gina's Revenge. I want to show you something. let me just show you this. In yesterday's Exciting Fiesta, it was basically a beast day. And I'm busy. I do contracting on the side and stuff as well. I didn't have time to do a whole bunch of, the polar terrors. So I put the beast on auto hunt mode, put all 3 squads on auto hunt mode. I did some polar terrors when I can. And this is how many points I put on the board yesterday just doing that. Almost 10 million. And that's like almost a full 24 hours of just leaving my phone on, letting auto hunt run, doing some polar terrors while I had an opportunity to do them. And the reason I did that is stamina is, as a whale, with all these gems and all the opportunities I get with the stamina card and all these other things, and I've been, hoarding stamina. So I buy the stamina, I get the stamina as the ultimate value pack, I get stamina in the VIP shop, and I can always buy stamina and gems. As a whale, it's one of the easiest things to do. So I felt no guilt whatsoever putting some points on the board just to make sure I'm in a good position to get this nameplate because that's ultimately the rest of these, I just really want the nameplate. the name card, sorry. And you just need to be top 25. So if I can put some points on the board and get a little bit higher, fine. I'm not going to be, blowing my backpack trying to rank in this thing though, but I just want to be able to put some points on the board as efficiently as I can. And there are some phases in here where I will be able to put some points on the board while still prepping, doing state versus state prep. So I'm in good shape there. So as a result of that though, because that event coincided with the Gina's Revenge, take a look at these cryptid horns that I have. And that's not even counting, sometimes you get a cryptid horn and sometimes you get a bag. I've already, the pouch, the hunter's pouch, I've already done the hunter's pouch. So I'm going to basically redeem all of these. Now there's a controversy, I guess, that I had with somebody. Some people like to actually still call down the cryptids because you get better rewards from the cryptids than you do from the pouch. I don't think that's true. I don't think the net gain is worth it really, because you have to use more stamina to get that. In this case, I've already used a stamina, and now I can just convert these pouches to rewards, and I prefer to do that rather than it's all the time that it takes to hunt down the cryptids, not to mention, can you imagine like doing 300 more of those, 360 or more of those? And then for what's the delta on the rewards? It's not great. So, I would rather just convert them that way. So I just wanted to show you that quickly. All right. I think that's the basic events section. Now, I do want to get to Mia and the Easter event last. So the next thing I want to make sure I show you is, let's do the standard kind of spending and do all the standard stuff first, and then we'll end with Mia and Easter because that's kind of like a fun game to play. So here we go. Let's start with Dawn Market. First things first, I'm going to buy the Protection of Soul pack here because I did some math, and next state versus state, I'm going to need 240K of this, or more than this actually, for hardened alloy. Actually, I think that I need 230K. So I'm going to buy this from Dawn Market to be able to be in a good shape to do what I want to do with my chief gear in the next prep phase. So there's that purchase. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, I told you this was going to be a high spending night. I am a little bit behind, I feel like, on the hero gear. I know it's probably not really that far behind, but there's only so many opportunities to do some of this stuff. And I'm going to buy this at least at the first couple levels tonight. And I will probably later in the week decide to do that. I'm buying it for the hero gear. So I'm going to buy this up to the $10 mark tonight. And I think I'm probably going to end up doing the 20 and the 50 later, but not right now. We've got a couple days on it. And the custom armament chest I already bought up to the $10 mark. So we don't have this that much longer. I did say I was going to make a decision on this, but for the same reason, I'm going to go ahead. I have a strategy for getting essence stones now. So basically I'm going to grab this at the $20 mark for the additional lucky hero gear chests there. I get some keys with it as well. And that's all I'm going to do for that tonight. In fact, I said it's going to be a high spending night. I'm going to go ahead and do this for the same reason for the gear. Do that to the $20 mark. And then I'll decide if I'm going to do the 50. This I'm going to let go. I'm already spending too much tonight already, and that's already at the $50 mark. Oh, we got 2 more days on this. I'm definitely going to buy this, just not tonight. Take a look at the daily deals, and we'll grab this. See if I get lucky. No luck tonight. All right, and then we grab our daily claims here, and we're good to go for that. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the deals section. We've got Mia's Fortune Hut in here. I'm going to do that last. So let's go right to left. First, take a look at Deadshot. I think I don't have any more tickets for Deadshot, so we'll skip that. Sign in and earn it. Done. Grab my claims here for Journey of Treasures. Done with that. Hero Rally. Done with that. Intel monthly card. Grab these. All right. Now we're back to Mia's Fortune Hut. So here's the thing. You start looking at the what you can get from Mia's Fortune Hut. It's really a question between essence stones and fire crystals. And if you really think about what's going on here, as far as the math I did, if you look at the regular shop, essentially, you can get, I think it's, if I recall, it's 2 essence stones per dollar, or you can get 3 fire crystals per dollar. But this ratio is you get substantially more fire crystals per reward than you do the essence stones. And I just explained a trick that I have to get more essence stones if you're willing to spend on it. So I don't think this is like, I think this is kind of like a no-brainer for fire crystals here. So I'm going to go with the fire crystals. And now you do run these down. You get, you know, some free stuff. You get some daily free stuff by running your basic missions. And when you open up these chests here, these chests up here, when you're running me as Fortune Hut, will come with fortune tokens as well. So, you know, I'll just run those down as I can get them, and I'll get some extra, you know, fortune tokens from that as well. Whoops. So, come back to me as Fortune Hut. Look at the spending we can do. Essentially, I guess there's 2 things I need to explain. First of all, optimal strategy. Stop telling me about optimal strategy. There's a good, very good simulation that folks did with all the math behind it. The optimal strategy is very simple, actually. You just make sure you have 96 of these tickets, because it takes 96 tickets to clear the board. And what you're going to want to do is clear the board until you get your reward every single time. Because if you look at the math, that is the optimal strategy. All these exotic strategies of when to stop and all that, the simulations, the math, it doesn't test out. What tests out is just make sure that you have 96. The reason it's important to have 96 is because you want to be able to clear the board before the event goes away. If you use all those tickets and then you can't clear the board, then you didn't get the reward that you should have got. If you make sure that you have 96 tickets before you start any particular round or before the event's going to end, then you can make sure that you can clear the board and get maximum rewards. Now, other than that, you know, me as Fortune Hut is a little bit of a risk. Like, you don't know what's going to come out of it. So, you know, how much money do you want to spend on it? And I'm going to try to see, you know, what the return on investment I'm going to get here is. So if I look through these other packs that get more and more expensive, they, you know, the efficiency goes down and down and down. So you get, you know, goes from even the tickets and the VIP reward. So you go from 50 for 5, which is 10 per, and then you goes to 9, then it goes to 85 or 8.5, you know, something like that. So it goes down and down and down. So what I'm going to do, just because this is for content and I told you I'm going to be spending, it's a 2-day event, I'm going to spend up to the $20 mark both days. So that is a total, let's see, that's $35 a day. So $35 a day. So it'll be a total of $70 spent on this event. Yeah, 20, 35. So it'll be a total of $70 spent on this event. And we'll see how my luck turns out. And, you know, we'll see if you can hit a jackpot with this and all that. I want to see what's going to end up happening as far as what my return on investment is. So what we're going to do is get this started. All right. We don't want to continue the current round. We don't want to go to the next round. So that was 70. Times 2. Can I hit it? Nope. All right, that's another 70. And by the way, these, what do they call them here? These fortune rewards here, they scale up all the way to 100 fire crystals, but that's, I think that's quite a bit of spend. I don't know, we'll see. This is, is that the total tickets used? It looks like it's the Total fortune rewards. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, so if you look at the number there, it's as you use the tickets, that number goes up. All right, got my 70 again. Next round. Do I have at least 96? Yes. Shuffle it up. No luck on this, on Mia, for me tonight so far. Got my 70 again. All right. Here we go. Do I have at least 96? Yes. Of course. All right, got my 70 again. And take these, which includes a little fire crystal chest that is a random thing as well. Hey, all right. So that's 350. That's a pretty good hit right there. All right. Do I have at least 96? The answer is no. So I need to wait until, well, yeah, I need to wait to start playing until I can be sure that I have at least 96. So I'm going to wait until I have 96. It'll either be by spending tomorrow or by, you know, the little missions, but I don't think we'll get enough to get 96. But let's see how I'm doing tonight so far. So we take this, we got 70 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 350 plus 350. So that's 700 already. I got 700 fire crystals. Divided by $35. I'm at a rate of 20 fire crystals per dollar right now. Now that's luck though. I got lucky on the event, so that's what it is. Mia's Fortune Hunt, you need some luck. But it turned out to be a pretty good investment for me. So we're going to try this again tomorrow. We'll see how things go. The one thing I'm curious, if anybody knows, tell me in the comments. I didn't track this super carefully. You don't get these other rewards along the way, do you? So did I, for example, this 8 fire crystals, if you reveal it, do you actually get that as well? So is it only the jackpot? Are you getting only the jackpot that you get at the end, or are you getting all the rewards along the way? I thought you're getting all the rewards along the way as well, but I can't be sure. I'll have to track it more carefully next time. So if you know, tell me, and I'll try to watch for it. All right, so now let's take care of, since this popped, I'll just do that deposit again. And we have one more thing to do. We have the Easter event and the Easter buying to do. So if we come right to left again, we can finally clear this. Grab that, and then grab the grand prize. So that's all done. We've got the exciting fiesta, which today's points are going to be, we got epic recruitment, and we've got speed ups. I'm not going to use shards. I mean, I wouldn't feel super guilty about using the rare and epic shards, but we're not using mythic shards. So it looks like we're going to get the points through recruitment and speed ups. And what I need to do is make sure that I get at least this 595,000 points on the board. So if I did that all with, let's see, 595,000 divided by 11,000, that would be 54 epic recruitments. And this is why I kind of saved them up a little bit. So, all right. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and do a couple of these. All right, see where we landed. It's enough to put some points on the board. Here's the thing, like, you know, look at this, look at these points. I don't know who's putting points up. Well, to put points up like that, and we got it from all different alliances. Like, I don't know, man, to put points up like that means you got to be using some of the stuff that we really shouldn't be using. That's got to be some shards, unless somebody's dumping a lot of speed ups, man. I don't know. This is all good stuff for state versus state that I really would like to preserve as much as possible. The one thing that that's not really needed for state versus state is the epic recruitment. So, you know, if I wanted to put some more points on the board that way, I could. I wouldn't feel guilty about that. You know, this doesn't really matter much as far as that goes. Of course, you do want to save some, but and I'll need them for the next, what's it called, Vision of Dawn event. But we do acquire these quite a bit as whales as well. Whoops. No, don't want to do that. So, see if I can, did I put, all right, so I got 1,000,000 points on the board at least. Okay, fine. Maybe that'll help me keep the edge for the total and stay in the top 25. So, but again, I don't want to be putting a lot of points on the board in this phase because it's all stuff that I need for state versus state. So I'm going to hold off on anything more for that in this particular phase. Tomorrow we can do some troops, and I'll use that to clear my points. And then, you know, I'll use some essence stones here to trigger that thing, as well as the gems. I'll wait to do any gem spending for that day. All right, now we're coming back to the big event, and here's where we're at. I'm gonna buy this up to the. So here's the thing. I did a lot of spending already tonight, but I don't really want to go crazy on this event. But I've been getting lucky, and it's kind of fun for content. So I'm going to hold off on the 50, but I might go to 50. Depends on how lucky I get. This is kind of fun for content because it's nice to be able to see, can I get the Millennial? Is it I think it's called Millennial. Millennial or Millennium? Centennial and Millennial. So it's the Millennial Matrix. And the optimal strategy here, again, if you've been following me, is to clear the board, because every time you clear the board, for every row and column you complete, you get increased chance of upgrading the matrix, and that's essentially what you want to do. That's where the big prizes are. So let's put this on auto mode and see how my luck turns out tonight. The number of times that I've had to do all 50 boxes is a little bit ridiculous, but it's been usually like 48, 49, 50 boxes. So we're at 40 boxes, 45 boxes. Okay, that's 49, 50. All boxes. Needed all boxes. Okay, we got an upgrade to the Centennial. Can we get the Millennial next? $30, $35, 40 boxes. Oh, can I get lucky? Nope. 48 boxes, 49 boxes, really? 50 boxes. Why did the number I needed have to be at the bottom of that pile? Ah, no Millennial upgrade. That's really hard. I can't believe how lucky I got in the first try. 25, 30, 35, 40, 47, 50. Took all 50 yet again. $15, $20, $25, $30, $35. Oh, come on. We're down to 40, 47, 48. All right, I got 48 on 48, on number 48. $40, $45, $50. All right, got the Centennial upgrade. It's a mini jackpot. It's on the way. Give me a little luck tonight. Come on, one more Millennial. One more Millennial Matrix. Hey, all right, 48. Can we get an upgrade? Ah, no upgrade. Let me move my head over here. Some of you like seeing the points go up on the coins on the game. Forgot to do that. All right, 48. Got it in 48 again. Oh, 48. 49. Got it in 49. Hey, that's better than 50. No upgrade. Come on. Come on. 47, 48, 49. All right. It's better than 50. According to my luck, it looks like the average number of boxes required to open up and clear the board is about 49. It's probably 49. Because every now and then you get something like 47, 48, 49, a little bit more frequency, 50 a little bit. It's probably, it may actually be slightly higher than 49. 49.2 or something like that, but. That took all 50 again. All right, looks like we got about 3 more boards worth, roughly. Can I get an upgrade? No upgrade. I am, however, tracking, well, I did spend a little bit yesterday, I spent on the 50. I was going to say I'm tracking for about, 10,000 or 11,000 the coins per day. But yesterday I did spend another 50. All right, one more board. Oh, it's not going to do... Will it let me do auto now? There we go. Hey, all right. That was only 44? All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to stop right there because I am tempted to keep on spending on this event because I want to see the Millennial Matrix, but I'm not sure that I'm going to need... Well, let's see. We do have some other... Let's take the claims. Can do the speed ups and troop power. Can clear both of those with one. Claim all this. Okay, I can do some more. So let's go ahead and clear those out just so I can do a few more. Is that enough? I didn't calculate it. All right, that's enough for that. All right, we got a few more rounds we can do now. A couple more rounds, I should have said. That was all 50. All right, no upgrade. But I am going to unlock 5,000 coins if you look up here at the coins reward path, basically. The bonus path. All right, let's see. So that unlocked the 5,000 reward. Now, I'm about halfway there from the big, from the full path rewards. I don't think I'm going to need to end up spending any more than the $20 a day that I have been spending to get there. So I think I'm going to stop there because I'm trying to play this, it's a risk, random based game. So I don't want to press my luck too far. I just want to make sure that I can, maximize the rewards here and, have enough of these coins to do something interesting in the bazaar. But, number one thing I'm going to do here is going to be the mithril. I think that's the right thing to do here. And then I'll see what else I have anything for. So actually, you know what I'm going to do right now, because I know I want to do at least 2 of these, because no, 3 of these I think you'll need to be able to get it to level 2. And then the mithril I want to be able to buy out. I'm committing to this right now. So that's the main thing I wanted to do here, is have at least the island decoration up to level 2 and that. And while we're in here, we'll go ahead and grab this so you guys don't hate on me for not grabbing the emote. And now I'm in a position where, all right, let's see what else I can get. There is this daily limit. I keep on forgetting about grabbing this. I didn't grab it yesterday. I should have grabbed it yesterday, because that's a pretty good deal on those ones. And the rest I'll kind of bank up. So I got to remember to grab the daily item every day. All right. Well, with all that spending, there's a couple things we can do, but that's a lot of content for tonight, and I want to save some of the rest of the content for later in the week. First things first, let's go to VIP section. I'll grab the claims, and then we'll see what we're looking at with all that spending. Yeah, we're looking almost at 200,000 VIP points that I can spend. So we'll wait on the prestige spinner until I bank that up a little bit more. So I'll have some more content on when we have a slower day. So that's a prestige spinner. And finally, let's take a look at the backpack, because let's open up all these hunter pouches. See, that's like, I already got a whole bunch of stamina back just from the hunter pouches, and look at all that experience. So that's the way I like to look at Gina's event, is like you're essentially converting stamina to other things, but mainly hero XP. All right, now I'm gonna wait on the lucky hero gear chest. Should I? No, you know what? I need to keep on pressing that gear, and I really want to be doing that. We do have like Foundry coming up and stuff, so let's just see what I get here. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good for 169 chests. All right, and then we'll clear these out. All right, and now let's see, each one of these can give up to 200 fire crystals. So I have not been super lucky on these, but let's see what happens. The minimum I'll get is 15. The maximum I can get, if I'm super lucky, would be 600. Let's see what I can get. 20. All right, well, it's better than 15, I suppose. I never get lucky on those ones. So now let's take some of that gear and put it to use. Basically, the main thing I want to do is get this ready, because this doesn't use anything that's used for state versus state. So I'll just get this up to max that out. So now that's ready to be, what's it called, empowered. That's ready to be empowered during the next prep phase. And
the hunt only ends.
And that will get, you know, I'll have this gear up to the plus 20 attack for Marksman. I'll have this gear up to plus 20 attack for Lancer. And the next thing I should be working on is the plus 60 here for defense. So that's where the next round of enhancement goes. I'll start working on the plus 60 for Geronimo. Now, arguably, you know, I can start pressing these up as well. I mean, that is a plus 20, plus 20. Well, I guess that one is plus 20. This one's infantry attack. So I could arguably start working on this as well because it's cheaper. But that's a plus 20. This is a plus 30. This is progressively harder. Maybe the right thing to do is actually, yeah, these are both defense, right? So that's plus 30, but it's going to be progressively harder. Look, for this enhancement's 4,500, and this enhancement is 2,500. So probably the right thing for me to do is actually put it, I'm going to start putting it here now, because this will get me to the plus 20 infantry defense for cheaper than it would be the plus 60. So that was an awful lot of content. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a little bit longer than I normally run, but please, if you like to follow this journey and you want to see how my spending goes, you want to see how I evolve as a player and how that money turns into power and how I, advance my own skills in the game through these various events, you got to help me out and give me a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll know about it right away. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.